Cars are crashing, tires are slipping. It's a whole mess here. I'm here at Arizona State University where it has been snowing non-stop. Just kidding. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'll tell you about my first year experience at Arizona State University. If you're an incoming first year student, this video is packed with tips and tricks to help you navigate your exciting journey ahead. Let's kick things off with ASU and college life. When I first came to ASU, I felt overwhelmed with how many activities there were and how much there was to do. In the first couple of weeks, everyone wanted to join every club they were interested in, or go to a welcoming event, or go to some sort of social mixer. There was so much to do. On top of that, I was still moving in and trying to get used to living independently for the first time. In addition, classes started, and the assignments started to appear. Balancing everything was difficult, especially because it was in an unfamiliar environment. I remember how excited I was the first weekend I went home, because it felt like it had been forever since I saw my family, even though it had only been a few days. Eventually, however, it started getting better. I started making new friends, and developed a study strategy that worked out for me. I was beginning to balance my personal and academic life. I started eating at better times, went to the gym more often, and started to get more sleep. I was beginning to enjoy the college experience. However, as finals started creeping up, things began going downhill. The last 2 weeks of November were an absolute nightmare. I was getting assignments non-stop and was having trouble finishing previous ones. In addition, I started receiving announcements about final exams, which stressed me out and only worsened as the exams got nearer. On top of that, I had unit exams and essays due the week before, so I would not have enough review time for the finals, since we were still learning new content up to the last week. I could not follow my schedule anymore, so I began getting very little sleep, and hardly any time to exercise. However, at this point, I felt I was going to waste time trying to create a schedule, so I decided to push through to the last second. When recording this video, I went through my midterm exams and did well. All I have left are my final exams next week, and I feel well prepared. Now, what does this teach you? Firstly, always be prepared for the unexpected. I did not expect to receive so much work in the last couple of weeks. It was way more than usual, and I did not have an alternative schedule planned out that would help me get through this time. However, I made the mindset that I had to finish no matter what, and I did not want to give up. This is what kept me pushing through. There were things I had to sacrifice, like entertainment. There were also places where I sacrificed my health. These can be prevented if a plan is made. My schedule only worked for a moderate workload, so I struggled to balance it when a heavy workload came around. I felt I was always on the computer finishing my work. If a schedule that is prepared for this moment is made, perhaps you won't feel as burnt out. However, what my experience also teaches you is that it is okay to be unprepared. I was unprepared. However, I still got through everything and performed at a high level. It was a painful time, but I knew I would have a long break afterward, so I did not lose motivation. Just know that you are not alone. Many students are putting in a lot of effort, especially around this time. So do not ever think that you cannot beat the challenge. Now I will talk about LIA 101, sort of the survival guide that got me through this maze of college life. LIA 101 is a required course for incoming freshmen to the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, and it helps you transition to life at ASU. Your first year academic advisor is usually your instructor for the course. What's most important to know about this class? It's not just a requirement, it is your guidebook to success at this university. Listen to the instructor, participate actively, and do not hesitate to ask questions. This class is there to ensure you understand everything ASU has to offer and what you can do with your time here. Now let's talk resources. The most valuable resource I discovered during my first semester has to be my academic advisor. Near the middle to the end of the semester, I considered changing my major, and I sat down with her and sort of weighed the benefits of switching. My advisor was so helpful, and if she was ever unsure of a question that I had for her, she made sure to get the answer from someone else and even suggested talking to my career path advising team to get more insight. Make sure to reach out to your advisor if you ever have any questions. They will always provide helpful advice. Lastly, I want to re-emphasize how important it is to self-care and build connections. No matter what, your body must always come first, because it is hard to do everything else if your health is not cared for. It can be very easy to stay inside all the time and be trapped inside those tiny dorm rooms, especially when you feel overwhelmed by academics. However, it is essential to go outside, have a chat with your friends, exercise, and sort of have hobbies. This is how you refresh yourself. If you do not recharge, you will always run on a dead battery, and it will become harder to study, and this may take a toll on your mental health. A balanced and happy life is the key to academic success. Thank you for joining me in today's video. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. Go Sun Devils.